You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Important issue to discuss. First of all, welcome to Tuntum Network. My name is Cyrus. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell for more of my videos. This is a tough one that I have to do, knowing the number of Nigerian friends I have and how this may affect our relationship moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact of the matter is this: the more we don't speak truth to one another in the face, the more it becomes everyone else's problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is our neighbor and friend. Nigeria is the heartbeat of Africa. They are the sound and rhythm of Africa to the world because of their sheer size and talents. That is undeniable. Africa's name, to some extent, goes as far as Nigeria goes in many ways. They are a force to reckon with, and that force, ladies and gentlemen, is also a problem to deal with. This is a country its people speak the loudest, both within and outside their borders, in spite of the many terminal challenges they face every day. This is a country whose spirit isn't easily broken. And if you are objective enough, you will concur with these facts, ladies and gentlemen. But a large percentage of the people of this country have chosen a pathway that cannot be encouraged, whether in Ghana, in South Africa, or in any part of the world. And this is what they have done. Ladies and gentlemen, they have given up on the fight to fix their own country and resorted to looking for what they couldn't achieve or cannot achieve in their own country, in other people's countries. And ladies and gentlemen, this shouldn't have been a problem because every other African country actually does it, except that they are looking for this success by any means necessary and in the shortest possible time. This is the canker that plagues majority of young Nigerian immigrants anywhere they go. Shockingly, ladies and gentlemen, they are of the view that people outside of their country are not as driven and aggressive towards becoming successful as they are, not knowing that it is.
Really quickly, as we listen to this one African rant about his other fellow Africans, I think it's irony, maybe, that in order for one African to properly talk crazy about his neighboring Africans, he has to speak in English so everybody understands him.
It's those same tendencies that's made their country the mess it is in. Many of them are therefore driven into all sorts of illegal enterprises anywhere they settle, getting rich by all means necessary in the shortest possible time. This is what Nigeria is being known for now. Who doesn't want this? But is that acceptable? It has gotten to the point that they don't care how a person makes their money, so long as the person makes their money. But you and I know that that's not how it's understood in other places. Nigeria, your people are running from your country as though the entire country is at war. Both men and women, young and old, to every other country. You have now become Africa's most emigrated country, meaning you have the largest number of people living abroad compared to any other African countries. This was true 20 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, and same today, and the number isn't slowing down because the factors that causes this is still expanding. Your social media content creators who indulge in politics are either doing it with comedy to trivialize the repercussions of their words, or are doing it outside of your country for fear of their lives. Almost every well-meaning person who speaks truth to issues in Nigeria lives outside of Nigeria.
Now, I want you to just let it all wash over you. We have an African man in Africa saying that he wants his fellow Africans to go back home, right? You have your own place in Africa that you can live. You don't need to come to my part of Africa to do your African hoodoo.
We need to talk about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline. Yes, white supremacist.
Every proper man is a nationalist for his home country. There is no real other way to look at that. Any proper man is a nationalist for his home country. Black is not a home country. Africa is not my home country.
We need to talk about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline. Yes, white supremacist. So firstly, we've seen the Jay Versace tweet that's been resurfacing, and in response, I've seen quite a few Black Americans make videos about that and say that you can always tell an African apart from an African American. Y'all are not like us, etc., etc. And before I even get too deep into that, I really want to ask you guys, what is the purpose of making that distinction? Why are you guys fighting so hard to make this distinction in 2025? Don't tell me that is reparations, because that's a really stupid answer. And just to speak to that point, Africans are very diverse looking people. Yes, there are people you can look at them and tell they're African, just like you can look at some people and tell, oh, okay, that's a Black American person. But if you go and get Africans who were born and raised in America or who moved to America at a very young age, you probably would not be able to tell. Most of you cannot, because people can't tell with me.
There are entire regions of Minnesota where I can tell those Africans aren't a part of my tribe. Those are not the Africans I was talking about.
It's literally not until you say something or until somebody sees your last name that they're like, oh. And that honestly kind of brings me to my second point of this whole thing of Africans are cosplaying Black Americans. I don't really think you guys understand how silly you sound when you say this at times, but I think it really does speak to sometimes how Black Americans, when it comes to this particular subject, some of y'all can be a little bit narrow-minded in your thinking, because what do you mean we're cosplaying? If you're born and raised in a country.
Well, the simple fact is, to anybody else, you're just Black. But if you were to be highlighted for, I don't know, being the first to do something, if you did something great, when you get on TV, you're going to say, I'm from Haiti, my Haitian family, my Jamaican family, my African family. We don't have a foreign country to celebrate. This is what we got.
You're going to have the mannerisms of people in that country, especially if you're raised in a country like America, where things are typically just straight segregated by race. Like, let's be real. So it's like you're going to have and adopt the mannerisms of the people, you know, in your community, which for a lot of people who are African but born in America, that's going to be Black American people. Like, hello. And thirdly, which I think is honestly probably the most egregious, is I saw a Black American woman on here who was trying to say that what? She said that Africans, Latinos, and immigrants are the new colonizers. That's quite literally the term that she used. She says that
the new colonizers. I told you, listen, the Africans, they sold us to the white man. White man brought us over here, got some work out of us, then he set us free. Now the Africans are back to recapture us and start over again. It's a brilliant scheme if you think about it.
Black American people and she included white Americans. She said Black American people and white American people who've been here for hundreds of years, whose families have been here, who came over from Germany and Ireland, who built this country.
Yes, the message is spreading. It really is just us and them, all right? Black America and white America, we about to go back to back with our guns up, because a lot of y'all coming over here acting like you can just have it.
And woman on here was trying to say that what? She said that Africans, Latinos, and immigrants are the new colonizers. That's quite literally the term that she used. She says that Black American people and she included white Americans. She said Black American people and white American people who've been here for hundreds of years, whose families have been here, who came over from Germany and Ireland, who built this country. They built this country, and now people are trying to come over here and force their customs on them, et cetera, et cetera. And I saw her in the comments literally liking comments saying white and Black Americans need to stick together.
It's our house. You don't live here. We live here. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, baby, we live here. Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is ironic, right? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger is like an immigrant too. But the symbolism holds, you know what I mean? That was honestly like a big pitch in Americana back in the 80s and 90s, you know, the black-white team up. 48 Hours, Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy. We always been trying to work it out. And now that you other motherfuckers are coming over here acting like you know everything, we kind of have to get back to our roots. We done lost recipes.
Like, do you see where it's not okay? Like, first of all, do you know what a colonizer really is? Like, let's not use that term lightly. Like, if you are claiming that your family has been here for all these hundreds of years and all this other stuff, girl, you should know the real history of colonization in this country, and you should know the real atrocity that it was, and not.
Yeah, black folk were in America back when Africans were still eating each other. Talk about that history. We were over here fighting revolutionary wars, and you people were eating each other.
Try to compare people who are literally coming over here peacefully to try to seek a better life for themselves, the new colonizers. That's very audacious and nasty. Immigration is not perfect. There's illegal immigrants who do terrible things, but that is not the overwhelming majority of people. So for you to be using that kind of rhetoric, especially as a black woman in America, I have to say pause. Like, come on. So again, I really just say all that to say, like, really, what is the purpose of this FBA movement? What is, like, why is this beneficial? And again, don't tell me reparations either, because what you guys think that by separating yourselves from the rest of the diaspora in America, that you're gonna go back to the white man and say, hey, okay, it's us, we're the ones that deserve anything he's gonna give it to you? You're crazy.
Nah, baby, you keep what you kill. That's all it really boils down to. You keep what you kill. That's why we have America. That's why you're here now, because now you want to keep what you kill. Same as it ever was, isn't it?
This goes for all Black people in the diaspora, period. If you're not ready to take the reparations by force, it's not happening, period. So again, just why are y'all doing this? What's the purpose? What's the agenda?
Hit that like button, man.
Nigga, what is going on with these conversations with African America? Y'all gotta chill, fo. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas, fo? Nigga, there's better things to worry about out here. There's better things to talk about. Nigga, I'm black, you black. There's another black nigga somewhere else. There's a black nigga in fucking Asia. There's a black nigga in fucking Middle East. There's a fucking black nigga in...
Yo, I feel like we got to take the N-word away from the Africans, man. We got to take the N-word away from the Africans.
Fuck you. War.
Freaking West in the Caribbeans. There's black niggas everywhere. Nigga, we the same motherfuckers, bro. Keep it cool. Just because you speak a different language, have a different culture, been through different things don't mean shit, nigga. We have the same.
That means everything. We speak a different language. We have a different culture. That's literally everything. What do you mean?
Everywhere. Nigga, we the same motherfuckers, bro. Keep it cool. Just because you speak a different language, have a different culture, been through different things don't mean shit, nigga.
You're struggling, bro. I feel like I think I hear desperation. That is a desperate appeal.
You know, we have the same skin complicity, nigga. We the same people. It don't matter what the fuck you want to say. It don't matter if you believe it or not. Nigga, the truth is the truth.
Davis says nobody's black until we're all black.
Some of y'all damn near look more African than me. And I'm 100% like from Africa. Both parents and everything. And some of y'all look more African than me.
But you're still not one of us, though. Even in your syntax, right? Some of y'all, right? Because you understand at your core, there's us and them. All around the world, no matter where you go, it's literally us and them. If you're Chinese, it's us and them. If you're Japanese, it's us and them. If you're from a little island in the South Pacific nobody ever heard of, it's us and them with little sharp pointy sticks. If you're Nigeria, it's us and them. If you're Kenyan, it's us and them. If you're from South Africa, it's us and them. Everywhere you go, it's us versus them. Until you niggas come to America and you all want to be black with us, but we can't be African with you.
Shut up, gang. We got better things to worry about. We going through it. Our people is going through it in humanity, and y'all worried about each other. Gang, go figure something out, bro, because y'all blowing me, gang. Y'all blowing me for real, folks.
I hate that point of slang. I do not like using that particular slang phrase. Y'all blowing me up. I remember the first time I ever heard that, I was like, y'all what? Y'all talk like that out there? That's crazy, bro. Ew.
So we have a real bone to pick. The Black American community has a real bone to pick with these diasporic individuals who think that they have a say-so, or they're given a green light by certain politicians that don't represent us to siphon our purchasing power out of our communities without putting any programs back in, without providing to the community, without offering anything to the community, right?
First of all, that's not how anything works, man. Any money that leaves America is not going to go into some program. It's going to get grafted. It's going to get stolen. It's going to get split up among the boss and his little tribal clan.
Basically fund their economy and fix shit that they got going on over there without our say so. And we see what y'all doing, and y'all not getting away with that shit, and you're gonna have to do proper business over here, right? We're not doing the shit that the Chinaman and the Frenchman and the Englishman do over in your country, in your continent, where you let them finesse you out of 360 deals and shit like that and take all your resources. You're not doing that to us. So we have a real
The African Union, right, has this thing, 2025 year of reparations. I'll click on it. Now, mind you, keep in mind, we counted about 70, 80 billion the other night.
Shout out to the Midwest Request with the $2 super chat. He says, us versus them. Same as it ever was, bro. Us versus them. You think we can build a wall around Africa? We should ask Trump about building a wall around Africa.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
This is Africa. AU theme of the year 2025, theme justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. The African Union has designated 2025 as a year of justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. This initiative underscores the AU's commitment to addressing historic injustices, including the transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, apartheid, and genocide. It builds on decades of advocacy, collaboration, aiming to foster unity and establish mechanisms of reparatory justice on a global scale. And I'm like, wow, they didn't go. Wait a minute, because how? What you didn't? That's not you. That's not your story, right? Y'all said that was the Negroes in America who was on the boats, right? But then guys, I just kept meddling through this website. I saw so much, including the fact that Africa, unbeknownst to us, please share this live, guys. And look what comes up. Africa made us their 6th region. Did you know that? Africa made the Negroes in America, the darkies, the black people, the black Americans, their 6th region. They made us a state within their diaspora. So they have a state outside of Africa, and it includes us.
This is the Pan-African reverse Uno. See, Pan-Africanism was created in America so that Black Americans would feel a sense of unity with other Black people around the world. And when they came here, they would join us. They would be folded into our Black struggle. But no, the Africans said, no, you niggas are going to help us. Haha, Uno reverse card.
Who the fuck told them to do that? I have no clue. Why I'm just not finding this out? I don't know why all these African diaspora channels ain't never pointed this out. I have no clue. Please click like in here. Please share the video, because this is wild. They were able to bring us inside of their group, because mind you, this African Union has been around since 1963, and they have never been able to get this amount of money in this period of time, right? And their whole thing was African Union. Let's go back. They're trying to change how the world sees them, right? And so then some smart nigga over in Africa said, this is how we can change it. Let's bring the Black Americans in and make them our sixth region. I was looking for let me go to their about. Let me go to which page is this about? Is who we are. African states. If they have 55 states, then we're the 56th or something crazy like that. No, I'm looking for the part. It's a part on here where they're explaining how they don't want the world to view them as people who are not capable of doing business, people who are not capable of trade, people who don't have enough money going into their bank accounts. They explain all of this on their site, right? And then you go into the part of the site where they made us the 6th region. One people, one voice, one Africa, diaspora of African descent in America, people of African descent in America. And this is how they have, look at this. Our mission is to galvanize, mobilize, structure, and empower the people of African descent in America, as well as reconnecting them to the motherland. One voice, one people, one Africa.
Mm-hmm.
The African Union has invited the African diaspora to bring voting members of the AU to that together African people who can move together towards unification of the African continent into a reality called the Union of African States, or United States of Africa, in the near future. But this is supposed to be us, right? They took our whole identity, is what I'm telling y'all. They took our whole identity, using it for their benefit. Look at this shit, man. Look at this. Look at this. Who told him to do this? Who gave them permission to do this?
Yes, white man. These are African colonizers. They have their eyes on America. What colonization, right? What colonization? We being colonized by Wakandans. Universal says, I don't think those Africans are talking about Black Americans, FBA. They are talking about first and fourth generation African immigrants. You think so, do you?
Who the fuck gave them permission to do this? What? Yeah, this is wild. This is crazy. This is so crazy, bro. I swear. This shit. I said, let me go. I was even gonna go live today. I said, let me get somebody else eyes on this. This was not on my bingo card.
Yeah. Not only has everyone left the community to fend for itself, but the community is literally full of women left to fend for themselves. It's not looking good here. Not looking good.
This was not on my bingo card. These fucking orange-eyed put us in it. Use us for marketing. And then start brokering deals all over the place. We don't even know we involved in this shit at all. We don't even know. Like, we're involved in their whole role. Like, this website, how they're explaining how they want to be the leaders in culture and all of that. And then they're sitting here. I mean, let me show y'all.
Y'all, this shit is getting crazier and crazier. Oh my fucking God, y'all. How the fuck did Black Americans end up joining an organization and we don't even know that we joined it? If y'all knew we joined this shit, please get in my comments and tell me that you knew we joined this. So now the streets is going crazy, y'all, because apparently the African Union, right? The AU has added a sixth region, and the sixth region is us. And we don't know shit about this. Oh my gosh. Let me show y'all the receipts. This shit is crazy. Let me show y'all the receipts. Okay, y'all. So AU sixth region, USA Foundation. One voice, one people, one Africa. African Union sixth region, global. What the fuck is this? African Union, 6th Region Global promotes, and it tells you all the different things it promotes, okay? No more lies. The road to justable reparation. How the fuck and what the fuck are these people doing? Exactly. We serve the global community of African diaspora. How the hell you serving people that don't know who the fuck you are? The African Union 6th Region Global is an organization dedicated to representing and advocating for the African diaspora worldwide as an extension of the African Union. We serve as the 6th region, uniting people of African descent living outside the African continent and friends of Africa. The AU6RG works towards fostering collaboration, economic development, and cultural exchange among people of African descent globally. while also advocating for their rights and representation within the broader African Union framework. I don't know who the fuck these people are, because the diaspora is up in government voting against shit that helps Black Americans. We strive to strengthen bonds among friends of Africa, people of African descent, and contribute to the advancement of the African continent and its diaspora. Y'all finna get us in some shit that we don't want to be in, because them friends of Africa is them countries that's over there colonizing them right now. Learn more about our mission, initiatives, and how you can get involved in building a stronger, more connected global African community. These people are also collecting donations, y'all. This thing done started in fucking Ontario, motherfucking Canada. We ain't even fucking there. We don't live there. African Unity, 6th Region, USA. Then they tell us all the other people, I guess, that's involved in shit. Okay, and then it tells you about the little member states and regions that it is broke up into different regions. Up here and divided us like the Europeans divided fucking Africa, y'all. What the fuck? And this started in 2000. What? I don't know. And this is what it says. The goal of each region and state to mobilize people of African descent in their organization to be a part of the umbrella African Diaspora Initiative Network, AU 6th Region USA, work with and implement the AU 6th Region USA programs of action and commissions, promote Africa in a positive light to undo the negative narrative about Africa, which is negatively impacting trade, investment, and tourism. They out here using us. Mobilize African diaspora and to create an extensive and professional African database according to commission sectors, education, healthcare, agriculture, tourism, finance, and IT infrastructure and energy. Mobilization plan and action based on the declaration. They got our whole damn thing. They use words like Declaration of Independence, Constitution, all kinds of shit. Mobilization in support of all business professionals, all business chamber of commerce, entrepreneurs, organizations, and non-governmental agent organizations, NGOs within the diaspora. They want access to all our shit. To achieve this goal, we intend to conduct various meetings in regions across the African diaspora in the United States based on the Diaspora Declaration's guidelines in the realms of African Diaspora 6th Region. The AU 6RU USA is committed to promoting and sustaining linkages with the African diaspora in trade and investment, science and technology, information, communication, technology, ICT, travel and tourism, communication and transportation, energy and cultural industries. We will continue to design and develop platforms for educators, professionals, and scholars from Africa and the diaspora to enhance our developmental agenda. Okay. Now, this shit here is in Georgia. So Stone Mountain, Georgia, where y'all at? Because I need to know what y'all know about this shit here. The amendments to the Constitutive Act of the African Union Protocol, in which is Article 3, the African Union invites and encourages the full participation of the African diaspora as an essential part of the African continent in the building of the African we want, guides the AU 6th Region USA. Who want? What African? Who want this? The AU 6th Region USA was officially registered in line with the African Union Amended Constitutive Act, Article 3, and guided by the African Union Call and Protocol as African Diaspora Initiative Foundation to assist in the mobilization and unification of the African diaspora in its networks in America and the reconnection to the motherland. What the hell? Here's the lady who's in charge of this shit, and I guess that registered America in this shit, and she ain't even Black American. Okay? H.E. Dr. Queen Blessings, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Chief Executive Facilitator, Africa Diaspora Initiative Network in America. Okay, we don't know who this lady is. Who know this lady? Please come forward. And then here's the dude who set the whole shit up, and he's in Canada. Like, who are these people? To galvanize, mobilize, structure, and empower the people of African descent in America and reconnect them to the motherland. One voice, one people, one Africa. Ain't that what the fuck shit Essence Festival folk was talking about? Ain't this what they said too? The AU called, we answered. African Union, the call from African Union. Okay. Pause this and read all of this here. Okay, they're basically trying to unite the continent. I think this is bullshit and a scam. And the reason why I think it's a scam, it says the OAU ceased to exist in 2001, 2022, and then they rebirthed the shit in like 2012. Ain't no way y'all is uniting all of Africa to have 54 states of Africa. That's not gonna happen. But they're leading people to believe that this shit was gonna happen. It says 53 member states have joined. Morocco has not joined. Established to represent African countries' joint interests and eventually create a union of the African states, which will be a single country of Africa to replace the current 54 countries. On paper, the AU has laid out a roadmap for the creation of a real Pan-African unification. Anytime I see something like that, I know they scamming. In another video, I showed y'all this, the African Diaspora Council Act, and this was presented to Congress by a representative out in California. This was presented January 28, 2025. They got that shit popping off, and it all links back to this, answering the call. See how the other one said answering the call? This says answering the call. Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into $1.7 trillion African American, which we know as Black American purse. It's all linking together, y'all. It's all linking together. These motherfuckers been plotting for a long time. Well, I tell you what y'all think? This is wild. How we joined some shit we ain't know we joined? Them Africans been over here, y'all, using us to get into all this shit and set up all this shit, and we don't even know nothing about it. Y'all, they want to get our money and take our money for us to build up Africa. But we have been speculating, and I think everything just kind of popped off with the Essence Fest where people started digging and shit. But I had been doing a whole bunch of videos telling y'all. Now, this is on an African news site, okay? That tells us everything that's going on in Africa, okay? It's called the Africa Report or something like that. Answering the call. Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into 1.7 trillion African American purse. African American buying power could reach 1.7 trillion by 2030. With the African Union, AU, and the Joe Biden administration both promoting the diaspora as a key potential source of funding for the continent. Joe Biden, Democrats, I keep telling y'all about them. We already know the Republicans on bullshit, but I keep telling y'all the Dems is tearing us up. New opportunities. A few dozen investors and U.S. government officials attended the launch at the South African Embassy in Washington, D.C. Now, what the hell was U.S. government officials doing there? And why is they over there talking to these people about our money? Pay attention. This is the opportunity for us to take diaspora wealth and redirect it to include the continent. They want to take our money to build a continent that we don't even fucking live on, and that we volunteer for this mission. We've been saying these motherfuckers spent decades telling us that we are not African. They spent decades telling us that we are not African. We don't have no connection to Africa. We don't have African culture, none of that. And then they started doing a whole complete 180, turned around and started being like, oh no, y'all African, and got mad because we was not wanting to be called African American. We want to be called Black American. I keep telling y'all the reason why they all on Black Americans' neck is because of money. They realized we had some money. They did not give a fuck about us. They didn't care nothing about us. We always ask, what the fuck has Africa done for us? Not shit. But they sitting here having meetings and summits to plan what we are supposed to do for them. The people, I keep telling y'all, they consistently view us as chattel slavery. Okay? It's not just Europeans, it's them too. Because they came up off slavery in the first place. And they feel like we are the kids that got sent to America, and that our purpose is to send money back to them the same way they do their peoples that are already here. They feel like we owe them something because they fucked they got themselves up. And this is why they're mad about us delineating and us separating and us excommunicating, because they are mad because they had this plan to tap into our resources and tap into our money. They used to shout, go build up your communities, go focus on your communities, go do what you need to do for your communities, Black Americans. That's what y'all need to do. Now they sitting up here shouting, y'all need to build up Africa. Y'all need to take care of Africa. Y'all need to do for us. Everybody wants a piece of the goddamn pie, but treat us like dirt. Y'all better wake up to this shit and stop listening to them Pan-Africans. Them goddamn Pan-Africans, I call them scam Africans. Stop listening to them goddamn scam Africans who consistently try to find ways to tap into the Black American purse, but don't never ever actually end up doing shit for the Black American community. Umar, where the fuck that school at, bitch?
Shout out to the Midwest Request with the $5 super chat. He says, America is paying reparations to Africa for slavery. The bait and switch is bananas. I mean, think about it. Black America, they're not even really coming to get America's money, right? They're like, nah, them niggas over there, they got money. It'll be a lot easier to cozy up to these stupid Black Americans and get some of their money now than it would be to try to get some white man money, right? Get it from the niggas. They're an easier target. Freeman's Journal, apparently there's trillions of dollars of spending potential in Black America. I mean, technically, Black America is the richest Black nation on earth by far. I mean, there may be some rich Black people around the world, like there's some rich Nigerians, maybe some rich South Africans, but as a country, Black America is the richest Black country ever. Like on some Mansa Musa levels type shit. They want our bag now. Apparently being a Black in America worked out pretty good for us, you know?
Pissed off, like, because they was rooting for the Biden party, right? Everybody was rooting. I wasn't, because I seen the scheme. I was like, first of all, this lady, I don't know who you, if you voted for Kamala Biden, but I didn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
Right.
Talking about washing collard greens in the tub.
Yeah, not tonight, Eddie. No, not tonight, Eddie. No, that. This ain't even for you. About you. Was good though, Jay. I ain't see you in a minute, but if you about to talk about some bogus bullshit, we ain't even got time for that. Not tonight, man. But what you can do, you can copy that link real quick. You can sign that petition though. You feel me? If you want really, yeah. But other than that, we ain't talking about no bogus, no BS, none of that, gang.
Jungle, was you? Hold on, Eddie. Jungle, was you aware that we are a part of the AU6 element?
I haven't heard that.
Oh well, let me break it down to you real quick, girl. Yes, ma'am. What is the AU6 region? The African Union, AU, recognizes 5 geographic regions of Africa: North, South, East, West, and Central. That's the 5. The 6th region was created to include the global African diaspora, meaning us, the Black Americans, whether we agreed or not. The designation has no voting rights, no land, no actual citizens benefits, but it allowed African leaders to claim us as economic and political assets on the global stage.
That's wild. So to me, that for me, how I take all of this is that we really have to start paying attention to.
We have to stop calling ourselves Black and African American, for one. That's why I created that petition for us to sign, to be classified as reclassified indigenous reclassified original Americans for right now. We have to separate from them.
Yeah, that's wild. And to talk about we don't have a choice whether we agree or not. That's wild. And then we really have to pay attention to who we are voting for at the end of the day. If you are a voter, I know some of us, we don't participate, but if you are a voter, you really need to start paying attention to where we're spending our money.
Right.
Because they're going, these people are strategizing against not only our money, our pockets, but the future of our children.
Yep.
Because these are plans that's supposed to be acted over years, decades.
So let me tell y'all what they're doing right under our nose. They're creating Pan-African councils to speak on behalf of Black Americans. How is that possible?
Hey, you guys just start your own party then, or what? You guys gonna start your own party, like
they're claiming us under the AU6 region to get access to grants, global funding, and future reparations. They're pushing public global campaigns.
Being claimed as an asset. That is a neat trick, bro. They are claiming us as an asset. The African Union is putting Black America on its taxes. They trying to get that big tax return from us, man. And they ain't gonna cut us in on none of that tax return money. They're just gonna claim us and then disown us when the money comes.
Like for that African unity shit that, we are part of the African diaspora. No, we got to stop that. Meeting with U.S. leaders to form economic pipelines straight from our communities to African businesses and political elites.
These politicians and really what they're involved in, who they're connected with, who they're networking with, what their background. Like, we really have to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's not like we don't have the resources to do it. We don't have the tools to do it. We don't have the skills to do it. We could find a needle in the haystack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we really have to start paying attention to what we're doing and where we're spending our dollars.
I need y'all to go read this article on your own. Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into 1.7 trillion African American purse. This what South Africans are doing. They trying to hit us from all sides of Africa.
Give me the money. Give me the money, but I will do it. Give me the money.
This is crazy. Yep, they stay scamming. They is off the chain. And then we got motherfuckers on this app, like the Pan-Africans like Susan and Rob, helping this shit, pushing this bullshit. Yeah, they got to go. When they got to go, I'm gonna make some content about us writing some cease and desist letters to these people because they got to stop. Do not use us for money, especially if you using us for money that's only going to y'all and y'all only. They can care less about our communities. They can care less about our future. They can care less about our kids' future. They don't care.
And we also need to start exposing these politicians that they plan on networking with to funnel this money. We need to start putting the names of these politicians on blast.
We got to start
so we can stunt any type of future that they think they have of digging in the pockets of Americans, of Black Americans.
And you know what? I'm really surprised that the white tea people are even letting them do it. This is.
Oh, now you want the white man's help, huh? Now, I'm surprised that these YT people was letting them do it. Oh, now you want the white man to save your black ass from these other black ass niggas.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break.
And you know what? I'm really surprised that the white tea people are even letting them do it. This is crazy to me. I am so sick of these people. Politicians aren't from here either. Facts. Facts.
They're slowing them down. The Dems was planning on, they was about to sell us completely out. That was the plan.
I just seen a video of him over there calling one of the African women to me, "You so gorgeous." Child, yeah, saucy game. Yep. What's up, RJ?
So what's up, everybody? Peace to the panel.
Peace. Are you a part of the AU6?
Yeah.
The AU6 region is the African Union. AU recognized 5 geographic regions of Africa: North, South, East, West, and Central. The 6th region was created to include the global African diaspora, meaning Black Americans, whether we agree with it or not. This designation has no voting rights, no land, no actual citizenship benefits, but it allows African leaders to claim us as economic and political assets on the global stage. So are you a part of the AU6 region?
No, I didn't know anything about it.
None of us did.
Wow. Yeah, that's funny.
Are you aware that this same group is also fighting for our reparations, right? And to use our reparations to build up Africa?
Like a scam.
Everyone keeps asking me, Omar, why aren't you doing more videos? As a state senator with a second full-time job and a kid on the way, I just haven't been able to find the time. I've also been fighting for you, passing things like tuition-free college for working-class families, rideshare protections for our Uber and Lyft drivers, and the legalization of fentanyl testing strips. But this summer, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me, because we deserve nice things in Minneapolis too. To make an affordable Minneapolis that works for everyone, we need a mayor that works as hard as you do. I'm ready to work hard to 1. Build a Minneapolis that working people can afford to call home. 2. Protect our city from a hostile White House. And 3. Diversify our city's public safety response. By increasing the minimum wage to $20 by 2028 and passing rent stabilization to stop price gouging and incentivizing new construction, we can protect workers. Protecting all of our communities from Donald Trump means not letting MPD interact with ICE, whether it's for an immigration raid or not. Our residents deserve a mayor that will stand up to Donald Trump and say, no, not in our community. Did you know that the city's own data showed that 47% of calls to MPD can be diverted to non-police response? Cops aren't social workers. Investments in programs like these ensure that the appropriate response arrives when we call 911. And we can actually free up police resources to focus on violent crime that detracts from community safety. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my campaign managers again. They've been on my case all week about make more videos. I'll find the time tomorrow.
Goddamn right.
That's exactly what it is. It don't just sound. It is a scam.
It is.
How the hell they gonna motherfucking get reparations and basically get stuff off of us, our backs, and they ain't even put no work in. They ain't laid one foundation to put one Africa and leave us out here to dry in America. That just don't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So, like, how y'all come across that information? I'm just curious.
I mean,
doing due diligence.
you can start off with them just openly putting it out there. You can start off with that for one. Diaspora Initiative looks to tap into 1.7 trillion African American purse.
That's interesting. That's interesting because it's hard to tap into Africa when I'm so concerned with what's going on.
This is an African. Oh, you saying it's hard for us to tap into they shit?
No, I'm saying it's hard for a person like me to tap into Africa due to the fact I'm trying to keep up what's going on in America, and they doing all this type of stuff.
Yeah, but this has everything to do with us. This is why we got to keep up with this type of shit.
100. So I'm trying to figure out how is they going to tap into the 1.7 trillion.
We just told you. I just told you with this group right here. Did you not hear what I just said? It's called the AU6 region. Okay, and then this is also what they're doing. They're creating Pan-African councils to speak on behalf of Black Americans. They're speaking on our behalf.
But this not even the first though. Remember, Pen, the shit thing I showed a while ago?
Mm-hmm.
That showed that they basically got Africa got their reparations.
Then they
for the
claim
slave trade. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. They claiming us under the AU6 region to get access to grants, global funding, and future reparations. And then they're meeting with U.S. leaders to form economic pipelines straight from our Black communities to African businesses and political elites.
Yeah, they've been doing it. Even at the colleges, when they say Somali takeover, all them those stuff we've been seeing the last couple of years.
So my question is, like, what are we going to do about this? They just making all these moves and running circles around us. Like, what are we supposed to do? Or how are we going to go about, trying to take action? Or what we?
I created the census record. I created a petition for the census record so we could take Black and African American off the census record and be classified correctly on the census record to classification that only we can use and only we can use only. Something that they cannot tether onto, because that's what gets them grants and global funding and future reparations tethering onto us with that Black and African American shit.
Telling me, meanwhile, while we reclassifying our identities, they're gonna be focusing on building economics and pipelines, running circles around us while we worried about how we identify.
We have to. Let me calm down.
They already been doing it.
We have to, right? Because the reason they
had different tribes, just like an
African American and Black.
Yes.
You don't get that? Once they have no then they can no longer get funding. They can no longer get global access. They no longer can tether on to us. That classification shit is important. That's the reason why they keep doing the shit.
Yeah, the last couple of years we've been attacked by everybody. They all
that my ancestors come from Africa. I am an African American. I am a part of an African diaspora. That's the shit they tethering on to.
And the African diaspora is the code word. Cause if you look at the go to the website, it's all you hear is African diaspora.
Shit, we get our damn classification right. All that little shit that they trying to do comes to an end. They have no ground to stand on without us.
And the crazy thing is, this is the biggest scam ever. This is the biggest.
And here is the website right here. It's called African Unity 6th Region USA. This is the .org. This is the headquarters right here. I need y'all to screenshot this, get their email and write these people and let them know this cease and desist. This is it. We are not a part of the 6th region.
Yeah, the crazy thing, they've been doing this thing for years, man. I've been really, I'm pissed off too. Cause I'm like, damn, y'all used my name and took out a $65 billion loan. I ain't know nothing about it. Like, and I'm supposed to just take on the chin.
Hell yeah, we get our classification correct. Talking about if we waste time getting our classification correct, why they doing once we no longer Black and African American, what they gonna say?
Yep,
if they was to put reclassified original American on the census record right now, we get the check and reclassified original American right now, what the fuck are African gonna tether on to?
And that's the point that I'm trying to make, right? So just like you said, what are they gonna tether on to? Because of the fact that
they're literally attempting to cut the tethers right now. This is like if you have a cruise ship and you're dragging a little boat behind you on a little rope. We're going to cut the rope and let you guys sail on your own now. Bye-bye. We're removing the tethers. Cut the tethers.
When they give them so-called reparations, they're only rich on paper. That's not building Africa. So
yes, the funds are going to Africa. The funds are going to Africa.
I hear that, but you got to think, Penn, they only rich on paper. When you say funds, what is funds? It's paper. That's not building. So think about that.
I'm gonna say this.
But what are you? They're getting funds to build Africa.
You can get
They're
Africa all the
tapping into
funds.
our trillions of dollars right here. Let's put this back up. Let's put this back up for the slow people in the back. They're tapping into our $1.7 trillion purse.
I get that.
Are you cool?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, then. This ain't just on paper type shit. This is real money that they are fucking getting from us to build up fucking Africa. And they're doing it with shit like buying the Essence Festival.
Yeah, gotta educate the slow niggas, man.
Where do you think all that money from the Essence Festival went? Do you think that money went back into Black communities? Fuck no.
And highways and all that. That's all money. And then on top of that, the little the biggest Pan African is Casino Fossa. I'm thinking to him too is a part of this big ass scheme that's going on. He just popped that over because they're trying to center everything around Africa. That's crazy to me. And we ain't had nothing to do. We had nothing to do about this. And I'm upset. I'm not gonna lie, because they still.
I'm upset too. I'm upset too.
Stuff like that. And
I am upset too.
I'm not playing. Like they really woke up a sleeping giant. Cause like, come on, this is the biggest scam ever. Like,
the
come on,
biggest
man,
scam.
Y'all never fought for us a day in real life, and now we getting attacked all day on internet.
I really do hear a lot of air punching right now. Not gonna lie, this sounds like a lot of frustrated air punching. Because, like, if you think about it, your leadership as Black America, this is why I'm so anti-Black, quote unquote, because the Black political class, the Black political culture is totally unprepared to deal with things like this, right? And so there's a huge issue now about what does it mean to actually be a Black American, and then how should you go forward politically in that identity? that means you actually kind of have to support things that are better for America, because, you know, to be pro-America is to be pro-black. But none of the black leadership class is on that type of thinking right now. They're all trying to learn Spanish as a second language. Fucking bastards.
Come on. Who sit there and literally say that they created soul food? That's our pain. They're trying to take it. And it's a big scheme, and you can read it on their website. They're saying that we need to get kosher and all that stuff. They're packaging us up a part of some fucking deal we don't know about. Man, I'm not playing. This is the heart attack. The biggest scam I ever seen in my life. Like, what the hell's going on here? And it's been a crazy thing. I didn't vote the last election, but 92% of women, y'all really voting for y'all demise. And then the crazy thing is,
our demise.
Like all these other people really thought we was gonna get deported. So they voted for this dude. That is crazy to me. They all know about it. You go to your gas stations, your 7-Elevens, they all looking at.
And he slowed it down because really this is supposed to be happening fast through the Biden administration. The only thing Trump did is slow it down. That's it. The plan is still on.
Yeah, it's still on. It's still they know this. Like, come on, man. Look, I literally was sitting here thinking. I said, God damn, how deep this go? You had your man Drake, wanna go rap. They try to get him to control it. This weird ass dude, like, come on, man. This shit is deep. Like, even I had to go to even the relationships in the black community. If you sit there and listen to these podcasts and you really type in where these people from, they're not from here.
Right.
It's fucking crazy, man. We getting bamboozled and we just allowing this shit to happen. This shit is crazy. Like, the biggest scam ever. Like I said, fucking talking about you create a fried chicken, you create a hip hop. What is this? Like, come on, man. That's all I got to say. I just wanted to say that.
Protecting our culture. We have to get serious about it. Protecting our culture, protecting our future.
Right. Ain't no time to be
calling ourselves African Americans. I know a lot of people talk stuff about the FBA, but I'd rather you claim FBA than African American.
Hey, Jersey Hammer says, honest question, what the F are you going to do about it? That's a great question, Jersey. I am not here to be the solutions guy. I'm more like the entertainment. You know how, like, on the Titanic, they had those guys playing Vivaldi or whatever? They were playing music while the Titanic was crashing. That's me. I'm that guy.
The Africans are claiming FBA too. They made a new group with so-called African Americans, and they're calling themselves FAA now for Foundational African American.
Come on,
what is a foundational African American? I don't like how you put African in my foundation like that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
And my whole thing is this, right? I want to say this. Who wakes up in the morning and think about how I'm going to get out on the next person? Like, literally, like, who wakes up in the morning and say, I'm going to go outside, I'm just going, I got to conquer this person today. These people ain't human beings, man. Like, they're not.
You weak ass nigga. I can't believe he just said, see, this is why, man, this is why niggas going to lose. Thinking like that. That's exactly why niggas going to lose, bro.
I'm telling you, man. This the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
African American.
Like, come on, who think? Like, and my whole thing is this, right? I want to say this. Who wakes up in the morning and think about how I'm going to get out on the next person?
The world, Craig. The goddamn world. Bitch ass son, husband, brain nigga. The world thinks like that. All right? Well, drink your milkshake. The entire world wants to drink your milkshake, and there will be blood. I don't know why you think it's anything other than that.
Like, literally, like, who wakes up in the morning and say, I'm going to go outside, I'm just going.
And you know what's crazy about him? I bet you that guy, he listens to nothing but gangster rap. His whole listening anthology is kill niggas, get money, fuck bitches. But now all of a sudden is who thinks like that? Oh my God, I can't believe there's people out there that just want to take your stuff. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I gotta conquer this person today. These people ain't human beings, man. Like they're not.
You're low hanging
Not fucking
fruit
human beings.
because you know white T ain't about to let them come in within 10 feet.
They want the white man to save her. No, she really want the white tea man to save him. No. The white tea man is busy. He got to make babies and build walls. He trying to get these Mexicans up out of here. The white tea man got problems of his own.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break. Give a
Of their generational wealth. You know they
Come
ain't
on,
coming
man.
within 10 feet of white tea generational wealth. So they feel that we unprotected, low-hanging fruit, very, very welcoming people. And no, that has to change.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Even I was thinking this too. I said, damn, we called it. Who called these our teenagers YN? You know what I'm saying? Because these little dudes is hopping out with switches and all that. That was never our culture. Never our culture.
You can't go if you can't go 7 generations back, you ain't American. Period.
So this is
Come
my
on, man.
thing, right?
Ain't nobody hopping out and shooting up parties. Little kids are getting shot. The cat in the window getting shot. Like, come on, man. Where's the respect that you can't even walk outside and even talk to these people? They've been going. I'm sorry. I've been tripping out because it's been a big plan to get rid of us, and they've been on this for a long time, like long time. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, God damn, like everybody pushing. Go back to Africa. It's back to Africa. They all scamming. God damn, most of the biggest scammers that you see on YouTube, these people ain't us.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. Just
God
like
damn.
GC, just like what you just said a little bit ago about the podcasters that's basically been dumping out propaganda to our people and messing the minds up. I'll give you a quick example. You feel me? You ever heard of Fresh and Fit and all that?
Come on, you're
Yeah,
bad.
bet. You feel me? These boys, them both of them is from Africa, and they big on red pill, blue pill topics now. And now you bring that to also a lot of social media platforms that go live, especially like.
Yo, these are some simp ass mama boy brain niggas, man. What the hell Fresh and Fit red pill stuff got to do with the Africa diaspora stuff, man? Niggas just want to drag somebody for it. Niggas really trying to get coochie points right now. Why'd you even bring Myron up in this too? Like, what they got to do with that?
Come on, you're bad.
Bet. You feel me? These boys, them both of them is from Africa, and they big on red pill, blue pill topics now. And now you bring that to also a lot of social media platforms that go live, especially like you on TikTok and stuff like that, and on YouTube, different platforms on YouTube and stuff like that. Different podcasters now that branched out off that. You feel me? Now they got us arguing back and forth with our own women. You feel me?
Bro.
Stuff like that. That's a lot of propaganda. They got us arguing with each other, not building with each other. And then look what they doing behind closed doors. It's crazy.
Exactly.
You feel me? So he just made a whole point with that. Like when he brought that up, I just wanted to point that out as an example.
It gets even deeper because when you really think about it, when you think about the currency, we talking YT people own the currency. Like, if we want to truly separate from these people, we should have our own currency. We shouldn't be worried about them giving them their currency to everybody else. Our goal should be to devalue that shit, make that shit worthless.
Now these niggas want to crash the dollar, bro.
How do it equivalent?
These niggas now they want to crash the dollar. That's a good idea. That's gonna stop the Africans. Shout out to Dick Doug with the 5 ball. He says, to claim anti-American, knowing you have no ties to Africa, and abort what could have been our current population now. It's too late. I feel like that was a shot at some quiches.
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the Black community?
Yeah, bro. Circling the drain, man.
Because it's been worthy for too long.
Look, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Truthfully, I feel like if you want to call it a boycott, like for real, if you really want to call this a boycott or something. No. Look, I'm just saying. Look, I'm saying. Look, I've been really thinking about this. I've been really thinking about this. If
That nigga made me drop my blunt. I put a hole in my goddamn shit. God.
I'm just telling you the truth. Like,
Oh man, it's over, bro. It's over. It's over so hard.
Yeah.
we want to flex on each
Damn.
other, who got the most money, who got the biggest spending power when they laughing at us. They printing this shit.
Bro, everybody's eating off of us. Everybody. I mean, literally. I mean, off our ancestors. You can make a Tupac shirt right now, put on a shirt and sell it for $80.
I'm just saying. They laugh
I'm just
at
saying
us.
that's how simple it is. Everybody's eating off of us.
Take
I'm
each
feel
other
like
out for it while they print this on the regular every day. They burn it up every day and they print it every day.
and it's all on
we
us.
go against each other for it every day. Just think
I
about it.
really just, yeah, because I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, you know,
I ain't
Africa
going against nobody for no money, but I feel you though.
You know what? I kind of feel I share that sentiment to a large degree. I mean, we can be upset with the African Union trying to claim us on their taxes or whatever that scheme is, and that's a fair thing, I suppose. But ultimately, Black Americans have just dropped the ball, and so a lot of this has been self-induced. I mean, the fact that we even listen, Africa is not Pan-African, but somehow you niggas think you can be Pan-African, right? That's a we problem. That's an us problem. That's not a them problem. They know who they are. And they know you are not one of them. So to the extent that maybe it does kill Pan-Africanism as a false identity, I hope that helps. But a lot of this has been self-inflicted, bro. Like, think about this for Pan-Africans, right? If you're going to tell me that as a Black American, my true roots are in Africa, then aren't you also telling them that they are inherently better than me because they are literally coming off the vine, right? If Africa is where the heart of my identity lie, well, they're at the heart of my identity, right? No, I'm a nigga from Brooklyn. My grandmother's grandmother was on a plantation in North Carolina.
Yeah, me either.
It really does.
I want to talk about us. I want to talk about us getting together. I want to talk about us getting together, signing this petition, getting these 10 through 50K signatures, and building our nation. Then we could talk about our own banks, our own schools, everything.
Petition.
This nigga just typed, real Africans are fresher. Real Africans are fresher. When you get them right off the vine before they spoil, right? Crazy.
Huh?
Yeah.
I was asking RJ, did he sign the petition?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on the sign. I'm gonna screenshot it right now as we speak.
Yeah, cause y'all, why y'all send it to my what's the name? But yeah, no, I'm saying like this because I know for a fact, like I said, we're funding a lot of industries and we don't even know it, right? I feel like we just need to just sit back, you know what I'm saying? Like we doing now. You see how everybody crying and begging us to help.
See, look, he just want to sit back, you know, ain't shit change. He just want to sit back. Just want to chill. Freeman's Journal, that comment, that super chat comment was right on time. Freeman with the 5 ball, he says, using the Communità definition of build, just assume they have a room temperature IQ. America is awesome because these simpletons live here. Yeah. We're going to have to talk about something like a culling. We got a lot of dead weight we shouldn't be carrying. It's bad for the gene pool.
help them out and all this shit all together. I think we need to keep doing that for the next like good 5 years. And I understand, you know, the shoes, the days gonna come out. You might want them. You might want them. All right, just buy them 2 times a year
The
now.
problem,
You know what I
the
mean?
problem is we're not paying attention where our dollars are being spent,
Yes.
and we're not participating in the political game. Okay,
Yes.
I understand that some of us don't want to participate in the political game because it is a game. Okay, it's about networking and who you are, who's bought and paid for. But at the end of the day, you have to pay attention to who the politicians is in your community, who's doing all the moving and shaking and signing the paperwork in your community and what they stand for. And we have to really get serious about where we're spending our dollars. We need to spend it amongst ourselves. We have enough business owners, Black business owners, to spend our dollars among ourselves. Even if it may be $1 or $2 more expensive, we need to take that risk because we need to keep our money generating with us. And a good thing about the age of technology is that the world has.
The crazy thing about these conversations is that if you try to tell people that all of this quote unquote war planning starts with actual family planning, eyes glaze over and they get an attitude with you. That's how you're being defeated. People are coming here, they're having families, and they're making sure that their children are more successful than yours.
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the Black community?
Become smaller. Okay, you talk about their dollars or whatever. They're degenerating their own dollars. Their own dollars not about to be worth crap.
But the real problem is we don't have a seat at the World Economical Forum. So depending on, once again,
you want a seat at the World Economical Forum? How would you get to the World Economical Forum? Did they send you an invite?
How do it equivalent?
a leader for the last, how many, this is 46, 48 president? I don't even know because I don't vote. How many ever immigrant presidents that have came over here and announced themselves to be leaders of this land is the problem. And once again, separating ourselves from anything that has to do with what they have been able to capitalize off of, as Spacey said, capitalism is the word, right? Because they've been able to capitalize off the word Black, regardless if Black people like it or not. They've been able to capitalize it, and like Penn said, there are others that are capitalizing off of it as well. Most definitely, created whole organizations behind it, right? And we are the only ones still not getting anything out of our creation. Once again, right? Getting robbed. So
at least the Africans have a plan. We have no plan.
Black America does not have a plan, but we knocking them and they do have a plan. I think we need to sit down and see what plan they got. I think we need to see what the fuck can we do together.
They don't have a plan for you, bro. They have a plan for them. Their plan is for you to work for them. That's their plan. And maybe later on, they can get a good price for you on the open market.
Because they have a good ass plan by creating their own currency over there. It's been 3 or 4 new currencies been created in Africa, and they've dropped the French franc. They kicked the French people out. They hooked up with North Korea and Russia. They building up their military. They taking over their own natural resources. We all know Africa is the richest continent on the face of the earth. I mean,
they're the richest continent, allegedly. I don't know. I don't even know how you measure that. But we're the richest Black nation. Why are they here if they're the richest continent?
For real, it just seemed like we were supposed to go and link up and all of us could be over there happy and we could be the richest race of people on the face of the earth. But all this division right here, All this division is not getting us nowhere. All this, oh yeah, F the Africans, oh F them Haitians, oh F the Jamaicans. Like where is this gonna get us at? What is that to be talking about all day and all night? What people talking about?
Nobody even said nothing about the Jamaicans. Everybody loves oxtail and rice and beans, man. Everybody loves curry chicken. Nobody likes fufu. Don't bring the Jamaicans into it.
Every time I turn on social media, it's this same thing. Oh, we not African. Oh, we the indigenous. Look, man, even if you prove that black people was over here before anybody else, what is that gonna get you, bro? What is that for you to stay on TikTok all day and all night with that same old bullshit, bro? That ain't paying nobody light bill, gas bill, water bill, trash bill, cut the grass bill. That ain't cutting nobody. That ain't paying shit in your house, bro. That shit is not. Well, let me say this. You might be getting a TikTok check. That's why your ass want to keep that same goddamn topic going. But I'm tired of hearing the shit, bro. Until somebody show me what plan Black America has, besides looking out for your own ass, because that's all niggas want to do, is get rich and give everybody else their ass to kiss. Niggas ain't thinking about how they gonna uplift us as a race. We got 1.5 million black millionaires over here. We have enough money to do anything. These niggas could open up for everything.
If we have enough money to do anything, why do we need them for anything? We don't need them and they don't need us, right?
Nigga could have been bought a whole bunch of land. Shit, that white boy Jake Paul just bought, man, he just bought a ridiculous amount of acres. Look it up. I don't know if it was in the hundreds or thousands in Georgia. He just bought all this land. What he finna do with that land? He ain't half as rich as some of these black millionaires. Nobody, y'all could have been did something for us. Oprah went over there, opened up a $40 million school in Africa. She could have opened up $41 million truck driving schools for these brothers to be able to drive some trucks when they get out of prison or before they go to prison.
Hey, she put her money over in Africa. And now you want us to go put more money in Africa, right? Because that's been helping us all this time, right? How a nigga have the answers to the test right in front of him and still fail, bro? Like, you a nigga that will have all the answers written down on your wrist and you would still fail the test, bro. Like, you had the answer right in front of you and you still failing. You just don't get it.
One investment like that has not been made in Black America. Jay-Z is sitting on some billions. Beyonce sitting on billions. Oprah sitting on billions. All these people sitting on billions. They not doing nothing. Niggas just want to get rich and throw it in everybody's face. It's like Rick Ross got that big ass house over there. The nigga ain't even got no family in that bitch. When Holyfield lived in that house before he sold it to Rick Ross, Holyfield had his wife and his kids. He had his ex-wife and kids back there. He had his mother-in-law. He had families living in that house. Rick Ross, he ain't got no family living in that bitch. He just get on the internet every day just, yeah, my big house. That's all niggas want to do is get rich and throw it in everybody who ain't rich face. Make them feel like shit. Nigga, you ain't shit. Nigga, you broke. That's our favorite term. It's just time to turn the page. It's the same shit. Niggas been rapping about shoot 'em up, bang, bang for 20 years. Now for the last 10, 15 years, you hate the females. They want to rap about sex. They want to sex you to death. And we ain't going nowhere. I just don't see. We do not.
He just want to hang it up and let the Africans take over. He's like, you know what? Y'all got it, man.
Have a plan. We don't even have no type of organization where they sitting down discussing this is the direction we moving in. This is what we doing. Yeah, you claiming FBA. Yeah, we're foundational Black Americans, but what is it getting us? On paper, we are still African Americans, bro. We can say we FBAs all we want to. When it's time to write that census form, FBA is not going to be on there.
I just saw, I think John McWhorter, he just dropped an article in like the New York Times where he said that it's time to drop the African from African American. And I think that might be it might be spot on. It might be about time.
until somebody get these people to change and make that the national acknowledge the fact that that's our name. We still are African Americans, bro, regardless of not. If you go and check on other or just black, that's gonna take away the numbers. That's gonna affect our numbers that everybody on different pages. Now instead of everybody being African American, now that I'm indigenous, oh I'm Indian, oh I'm this, I'm that. Now it looks like damn, it ain't even that many black Americans because ain't nobody claiming they African American. Who we gonna give reparations to? We can't even stay on the same page, bro. I really believe we the Hebrew Israelites because the way how we so divided and everybody just going a different direction, it reminds me of how them folks was in the desert with damn Moses during the book of Exodus. I believe we them. I believe we are really the Hebrew Israelites. But anyway, only thing I'm saying is I love my people, but we do not have a plan. And the Africans, they have a good plan and they putting action behind it. They not just talking, they actually doing this. I'm fucking with the Africans, bro.
See, when we was planning our slave revolt, we would have had to clip him before we got to any of the white folks, man. We were just gonna have to kill him right up in the slave shack. He ain't never gonna make it out the bunk. Just gonna handle that first, you know. Niggas about to go to work, so these bitches gonna have to leave, man.
I've been African American all my life. I ain't did no DNA test. I ain't finna. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I am an FBA. But as far as I'm concerned, the definition of FBA is Foundational Black Americans, and if foundational Black Americans are supposed to be the descendants, the direct descendants of enslaved Africans in the United States.
The ones that they sold, right? They didn't farm us from Africa. The white man didn't come and pluck us off of a tree. They sold us, bro. Why does that never register for people? They sold us, bro. You were booty. You were the proper, you were conquered and held in bondage by black tribes and then sold to a foreign white man. Where's the love, my nigga? Imagine having love for niggas that sold you and then throw away the receipt and act like it never happened. And you up here trying to have love and shit. You want to be all unified. It's incredible.
So y'all claiming y'all indigenous and then y'all saying y'all FBAs. It's just, man, fuck it, bro. On paper, we still African Americans and Africa got a plan. And until we come up with one, I'm fucking with it. I'm riding. I'm betting on black, man. Much love to Africa.
No, Africa gonna be fine. They don't need my love. Africa's gonna be just fine, bro. They on their way up. And as far as African American, I'm American American. I'm just as American as any white man with a red neck and a pickup truck. We're American Americans.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
You niggas are the foreigners, bro. We got to start drawing lines, hard lines. We're American Americans. African Americans sounds like some other people.
If you're one of those pretending, I don't want to be black, I don't want to be African, for some reason got a problem with African people or being from the African continent, any of that identity crisis, sellout, whitewashed bullshit, stay the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck away from my page. I don't give a damn about your identity crisis. I don't give a damn how you want to identify. You are entitled to identify however you want to identify. But please, if you are not black, or if you have a problem with being black, African American, you got a problem with your roots being from Africa, got a problem with Africans, any of that, stay the fuck away from me. If you are not black, why are you trespassing in black business? If you are not black, don't want to identify as black, you want to pretend to be a Native American, an Indian, why are you trespassing on black issues? Mind your motherfucking business. You are doing the same thing to the actual Native Americans that white folks do to us.
Hate to break it to you, but we did that to the Native Americans too. Yeah. We did some conquering. We did some wrangling. We secured the prairie. And don't take it personal. You know, the Native Americans, they had scalps. They took niggas for slaves, bro. It was all good. Keep what you kill, right?
You too cowardly to deal with the issues in the community. So now, because you feel helpless and you feel like you can't really do nothing, you want to abandon your roots and try to co-opt and commandeer somebody else's roots. But the problem with that is the Native Americans that you're trying to identify as are the descendants of Africans as well. Everything come through Africans.
If everything come through Africans, are white people Africans too? I hate these pro-blacks.
Everything come through us. We are the original people. We were the first ones. You got a problem with that? Eat a motherfucking dick. I don't care. Love yourself. Love your roots. Enough with the self-hatred. Enough with the divisive tactics. It benefits black people in America none to separate ourselves from Africans or the continent of Africa. But it benefits the racists, the white supremacists. It benefits these motherfuckers a lot if we keep dividing ourselves off in the different hundreds and thousands of sections. We got labels for every goddamn thing. The one thing they don't want is a united black America. The one thing they don't want bigger than that is a united global black people.
Niggas got pipe dreams. How you gonna unite the whole global race, but you can't unite a home? You know, Freeman's Journal, that marriage grenade is really the thing, man. You can't unite a race if you can't unite a home. It's a non-starter. Can't tell these niggas nothing.
Stop contributing to our demise across the board. You want to be a sellout? You want to be a Klan member? You want to be divisive? You're not black. You can't be fair and speak on black women the same way you speak negatively on black men. You're not black. You can't speak on black.
Whoa. Where did that come from? Why does the red pill always pop up into these angry black rants?
Be divisive. You're not black. You can't be fair and speak on black women the same way you speak negatively on black men. You're not black.
How did that even fit into the pro-black? What the hell? That was a left fielder.
You can't speak on black men negatively the way you speak on black women. You're not black. You can't uplift and encourage instead of destroy. You're not black. You can't imagine yourself being positive to your brother or sister. You're not black. You can't imagine yourself evolving and help change and heal this community. You're not black. It's too many people in this community pretending to be pro-black, pretending to be for the people, when in actuality, everything about your habits, both verbal and in your actions, says you're a motherfucking whitewashed racist ass Klan member.
Always got to drag the white folk into it. I tell you, niggas are like desperately calling for a king. That's really what it is. Niggas want a king, because if you had a king, then you could unify all the black people and you can just force people to do what they're supposed to do, and that you can make people act right. I feel like black folk are calling for a king. Peter Griffin, King of the Blacks. Anyway, you know what? I think I'm gonna wrap this one up in a minute. Shout out to the African Union claiming niggas on their taxes, man. I didn't even know that level of grifting was even available. But that's like national grifting. Like multiple African nations had to come together to scheme on that level, right? You have to be at a like a national level, right? This is state level grifting. Multiple African states came together to create a grift like none other. And so now the Pan-African Union, the African Union is claiming Black America on its taxes, and we ain't getting no money for that.
He has more rhythm in one finger than you do in your entire body. He excels at all sports, except the best one, hockey. When asked how he'd feel if he hadn't eaten fried chicken that morning, he says that of course he did. His baby photos are mugshots. For him, Father's Day is the most confusing day of the year. In a dark room, you don't know he's there until he smiles. He assumes paying at stores is optional. He puts low batteries in other people's smoke alarms so they'll sound normal. He's an Olympic-level sprinter, but he can't swim. If he gets a phone call, he only takes it in public, on speaker. When he calls the cops, he ducks when he hears the sirens. He brings his own seasoning when he is invited to dinner at his white friend's house. He thinks per capita is a conspiracy against him personally. He objects to every mention of black stereotypes, except the one about black genitals. He's covered in bling, but he can't afford it. When he moves into a new neighborhood, even fellow blacks move out. He is the blackest man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I prefer grape soda. Stay oppressed, my friends.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.